Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. So guys, in this video we will have our discussion on the topic which is most of the time being asked in the comment section, a query which I always see as a pattern in the consultation, especially whenever in the transit Venus is very strong. So I thought in this video we can have a consolidated discussion on that, and that query is about how to figure out the right partner for you. Now definitely over here we do not have to be worried about that what society is saying, what the traditional or prevailing norm is wheresoever you are operating. All what matters is that with whom or with what kind of profile of the person, characteristics of the person, your chart, your life, your soul will best resonate. That is something which we will try to understand in this video. So guys, now I do not know whether you are on a beginning stage in your journey in astrology or you are in an advanced stage. In this just standalone video, watching this will try to give you deeper insight into it, because guys, being an astrologer, a lot many times I have seen this thing that people are not even, they do not even know that okay, what exactly they are eyeing for, they are hoping for, they are impatiently waiting for. Do you have yoga for that in your chart or not? The job of an astrologer is all about counseling, guidance, and connecting someone with that person's destiny. Like for example, if in your natal chart you are destined to be a very good athlete, you are destined to be a very good wildlife photographer, and you are just kind of not progressing with the pace your counterparts in a corporate job, so that could be a signal that you are not meant for that cabin corporate life. Your destiny, your success is out there in the wilderness. So definitely guys, in this video we will try to understand from an astrology point of view which all filters or which all areas you have to give attention. So guys, to start with, my favorite pick for finding out the soulmate or the partner for you is that you have to give attention to the planet with the lowest degree in your natal chart, which is called as the Dara Karak. Now please do not get confused. This is one such area where a lot many times people get confused. Like if you are a cook, you are in a kitchen, so no matter how much you like salt or how good of the quality a salt is, it will still be salty in taste. It cannot replace the feature or qualities of sugar. So the point which I am saying over here is that while picking up any element, while doing the assessment, you have to be clear that okay, this feature or this attribute will serve what purpose. Now a lot many times I have seen people getting confused that okay, in your natal chart the 7th lord is the planet Sun, but the planet with the lowest degree is Saturn. There is an arch point of difference between the qualities of these two planets, and why to say more, they are like even bitter enemy to each other. So whenever you are picking up any tool, any filter, any attribute, any application, you have to be clear that okay, what purpose that attribute is going to be serving for you. So now to come back the point where we were. So when we talk about looking at and giving attention to the Dara Karaka, it generally tells about the intent. So when someone comes to you looking at and checking the planet with the lowest degree, and after figuring out that okay, the Dara Karaka for this person is the planet Saturn, Dara Karaka for this person is the planet Jupiter, you will get to know that okay, what exactly is the desired qualities which this person is seeking out in a marriage. What kind of qualities, if this person will get in the form of a partner, he will be at peace. The possibility of compatibility is going to be strong. Guys, understand this thing. I have said this thing a lot many times in my videos that when we look at the Karakas as per the Gemini astrology, it all works on this basis. The degree of the planets work on this fundamental principle that why the planet with the highest degree is called as your soul significator or the self significator, to be precise, the Atma Karaka, because this is one such area where your soul is very advanced it was in a very mature advanced stage of expertise. So that is the only reason pertaining to the matters of this planet you are most mature over there. And when we talk about planet with the lowest degree, so that means this is one such area where you lack that sort of maturity. You do not have that kind of expertise or experience over there. So when someone representing the quality of that planet which you have the lowest degree Dara Karaka, then only you will have that equilibrium or completion in your life through a match, through an alliance. So now we all know that when we talk about the qualities of the 7 planets, because in the Karakas we do not include Rahu and Ketu. So when we talk about Venus, so we know that okay, deep inside your intent for finding out a partner or deep desired qualities, here I am saying qualities, is about, if it's Venus, it's about beauty, it's about love. If it's Moon, it's about nourishment. You want a partner to take care of you like the way your mother did, to talk about your feelings, to talk about your emotions. So always give attention to the Dara Karaka with a clear objective that now you are seeking and looking for the intent and the desired quality in a person. Now let's move ahead. Now you have to give attention to the, I have written the points here, the 7th house and the sign. So definitely whenever it comes down to any of the matters of the marriage or partnership or the characteristics of your partner, we have to give attention to the 7th house. In a way, we are looking at the zodiac sign which is going to be present over there. Now as an astrologer, it's your job to make that person understand that it's very easy basic science in astrology that the sign opposite to is definitely going to be carrying the contradictory qualities as of your ascendant. So being a Aries, if you are very athletic, if you are very impulsive and you expect your partner to be the same, the marriage will not work, and this is not what the cosmic plan God has for you. So if you are like a Capricorn like rising, you already are going out with a person but you are confused that okay, this person is little bit emotional, immature, too much, you know, hugging, cuddler kind of person. This is the person which your chart is going to be resonating more with. So you have to understand that when you talk about the 7th house qualities, it will always be different from you, but this is what you have to understand, that you will best resonate with this person. And this is what astrology is, living in harmony with the destiny or path carved out for you by the creator. So the 7th house and the sign tells about the characteristics of the person who you will get along very well, or in the matrimonial alliance, the 7th house and the sign related qualities is something which you have to look out for. Now guys, when we talk about the 7th lord, this becomes very important now. That generally tells about the promise. Now comes the part of getting deeper into it. See, whatever we see, the kind of yogas being formed in your like 7th house, that simply just tell about that. I'm just thinking about some example. Like for example, if you are a Virgo Lagna, so for example in the 7th house, you have Venus being exalted over there. But the lord of the 7th lord, which is the planet Jupiter, it is debilitated in the 5th house. So how will you decode it? So the point which I am saying over here is that when you look at the 7th house, the combination and the yogas over there, it tells about the characteristics and the kind of encounters you are going to have whenever you will be in a relationship. But the 7th lord is something which tell about the promise. And guys, in astrology, this is the main thing which an astrologer does. It's about first looking at the chart from the point of view of decoding, figuring out the promise and matching it with the running dasha, that okay, when this promise is going to be getting fulfilled or getting manifested. So that means we look at the 7th lord in the chart, yoga, dignity, placement, to find out the promise. So when I say promise pertaining to the concerns of the marriage or relationship, so that will definitely tell about that okay, marriage is going to be responsible for your fall, for your success, for rise, or do you have a denial of like legal binding? You might be well off living, just dating and just living off in relationships like that, but tying a knot, legally getting into matrimonial bond, raising kids and all, that might not be something which destiny has planned for you. So that is how, and this is the way you have to approach the chart. So the seventh lord is something which will tell about the promise. Now definitely guys, a lot will be dependent on that. Now which will take us to the next point, which is the seventh lord's nakshatra becomes very important. Like, you know, your seventh lord is placed in a nakshatra which is very mridu, which is very daruna, which is very like very aggressive, which is very kind of, so basis that, so you have to understand that the seventh lord, combining it with the nakshatra of that seventh lord, will give you more precise information about the nature of your partner. So far you would have understood. Darakaraka tells about the intent, deep desires of yours. After that, seventh house and the zodiac sign over there tells about the characteristics of the partner. Seventh lord tells about the promise. Seventh lord's nakshatra tells about the nature of your partner. After that, seventh lord in the D9 chart. Now definitely D9 chart is the most important. D9 chart can be seen as the luck, or can be seen as a consolidated chart which tells about the matrimonial life. So guys, seventh lord's placement in the D9 chart is generally given attention to see that the sustainability, like whatever you have so far seen in the ascendant chart. So D9 chart and looking at and mapping and figuring out those same planets, the kind of yoga they are getting formed. Let's say for example, okay, I will give you this kind of situation. Let's say for example your seventh lord is the planet like Jupiter in the D9 chart. Now it is conjunct with Rahu. Interpretation is going to be altogether different. It is going to be conjunct with Ketu. It is going to be altogether different interpretation. So because if Rahu and Ketu are involved in the D9 chart and they are straight away in connection with Rahu and Ketu, that simply tells about there will be those factors which are beyond your control. It is like something where destiny is going to be having a say, a stronger say. So this is the right step-by-step approach whenever you look at a chart from the point of view of figuring out the relationship, queries and concerns of relationship. So guys, again I will say the same thing. Seventh lord's placement from your ascendant chart in the D9 chart, you have to see that planet, and that will give you information about the sustainability of whatever you have seen so far in the ascendant chart. So let's say for example, if in the ascendant chart figuring out, you get to know that okay, it's going to be very supportive matrimonial life, and in the same planet, seventh lord in the D9 chart is forming some Raj Yoga, Panch Mahapurush Yoga. So you can definitely see that okay, definitely the promise is getting verified, it is getting reinforced. And let's say for example, if in your like ascendant chart seventh lord is very afflicted, this could be a case that you are a Gemini rising. Your seventh lord becomes the planet Jupiter. It is placed in the 8th house, it is debilitated, and once you will go to the D9 chart, over there the same this planet Jupiter is conjunct with Rahu. It is being placed in some more malefic yogas, so that will give us more supportive information. So guys, I always say this thing, that you have to see the D9 chart from the point of view of the sustainability, or I would say that the supporting elements. So whatever happens in our life, whatever we get, whatever is snatched away from us, majority of the information can be decoded from the Lagan chart. Definitely I am a advocate of giving equal importance and weightage to the D9 chart, but D9 chart works from behind the scene. The promise, the major event, concrete development is always seen from the ascendant chart. D9 chart give additional layer to it. Okay, ascendant chart is telling about that okay, you are going to be like reaching that top position. Looking at the D9 chart, we'll get to know that okay, this could be because of the support of friends, this could be because of some serendipity, because of the some important inheritance, will, some good word of mouth. this is how you will reach. And if the ascendant chart is telling about that, okay, you are going to have major struggle in this area of the life, so D9 chart will tell about that, okay, it might be because of your own questionable virtues, questionable values. So this is how we have to see. Now guys, now this takes us to the last part, which is about, definitely if you have to get married, you must be concerned about. So far you got to know about the intention, about the characteristics, about the promise, about the nature, about the sustainability. Now comes the question about the family background. What I have seen is that from the Upapada Lagan, you can search it on my channel. I have already made video on that as well. So it's very simple. In your main ascendant chart, wherever the 12th Lord, the 12th house Lord is placed, you have to go that many places. And the sign you will reach is going to be the Upapada Lagan. Make it the first house, then study the chart. So the second house from the Upapada Lagan generally tells about the what kind of lineage and family background your partner is going to be coming from. So I hope guys, in this standalone, like it's just 16 minutes video so far, so you would have understood the logic that all these elements which I have named over here, like for example Darakaraka, your 7th house, 7th lord's in nakshatra, 7th house lord in the D9 chart, and Upapada. So you cannot blend everything. I know in order to make a pasta you need the salt, you need the like different things. I'm forgetting what all we need. So I mean to say, but the purpose which salt will do, you cannot replace it with the sugar. So the point I'm saying over here is that you cannot just see Upapada for one thing and Darakaraka for some other thing. They are there to serve specific information, and only if you will utilize it in that way, you will land at the precise answer to your queries, to your question. So yes guys, this is something which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs. For furthermore updates and notifications on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on my Instagram account. Dhanyavad.